Welcome. SOS Conversations for June 2023. And it's always disappointing when you see this first topic get discussed on a daily basis. And that topic is bullying. Now, I just don't understand what it is with parents and adults who think that bullying is okay when it's clearly not. The evidence is out there that it's harmful, and it's harmful for the kids who are bullying and harmful for the kids who are being bullied. So if you see it, stop it. And that's about all we need to think about. If you hear someone bullying someone, don't just stand by and go, "Oh, no, it's okay. He's just having a tough life." We're all having a tough life in different aspects, but that sort of behaviour leads to bigger and bigger problems. Okay, so if we see it, let's call it out. The next one on the list is depression, and again, while I'm sad to see bullying up there, I'm pretty happy to see depression up there. Why? Because we have to talk about it. We have to let people know how we're feeling, and we have to let those around us, see that we're having problems. It's we don't always have to put on that big brave happy face and tell people that we're okay when deep down we know we're not. So it's one of the things that allows us to be a bit different here at the school, is that we can have these conversations around depression, and we can help people, find help and point them in the right direction to get help. All right. So, if you hear someone who's telling you they've got depression, listen. And that's that's the big game changer with depression. All right. If people want to talk about it, don't shy away from the tough conversations, because we need to have them. All right. Recovery and injury management. These are sort of go hand in hand, especially when you're dealing with junior athletes or dealing with athletes of any nature. And even if you train, more than once in a gym, and sometimes once in a gym is enough to actually get you those micro tears, that recovery is needed. We had some discussions around ice bars. Now, there is some evidence out there to indicate that they work. There's also some evidence out there that indicates that they don't work. So if you like cold water and you like ice and you like bathing in it, get in it, but don't tell everyone they've got to do it. All right? If you don't like it, get in and out. All right? If you like other forms of recovery, so stretching, foam rolling, nutrition and sleep, focus on those. Okay? From an injury management point of view, get that injury looked at as soon as you can, because as soon as you get it looked at, you can then get it treated. All right? Another topic of conversation that we've had is Twisties. And I don't mean racetracks, I mean Twisties. That delicious, whatever they're made out of, food stuff from whoever makes them. And the conversation we had this week was cheese or chicken. Now me, I'm not really fussed, because if they're Twisties, I'll eat them. But from everyone who's seen the topic of conversation up on the board and put their thoughts across, it's probably 50-50, which is tough, because there's some people who are dyed in the wool cheese fans, and there's others who are chicken fans. And when you say that you're a chicken fan, the cheese people lose their shit, which is funny. Another topic of conversation was ice creams that have changed. Now, when you look around at ice cream production, as I do from time to time, they haven't really changed that much. They've actually let some go that I think are probably, would still be world beaters. And the one that I'm going to talk about is the Ava Art. Because everyone likes a chocolate-coated heart that they can pretend is theirs. Or they can pretend to give someone a heart, which is even a funnier topic. So, they've changed in price. Have they changed in size? Look, I don't think so, really. Not as much as chocolate has, and all the other lollies that have gone from being the size of your head, as in a cobber, to being as big as your eyeball. That's not true. That's just a bit of a lie. But they have changed in size. But ice creams haven't had, or icy, that ice confectionery, icy poles, they haven't sort of changed in size or dimensions, which is strange. Anyway, another topic of conversation was a couple of weeks ago. There was a ladies' national champs, and for those that follow rugby league, will no doubtly hear the name Krystal Blackwell get mentioned time and time again. She's a young lady who was playing in the country emerging side and has picked up an NRLW contract with the North Queensland Cowboys. So well done, Krystal. You will go far. There's no doubt about it. On that topic of conversation around football, state of origin. And yes, I'm wearing a Blues jersey, but when it comes to tipping, you have to tip with your heart, unless you are a Raiders supporter and then you just tip and hope you win. But I actually picked Queensland to win. Why? For some pretty simple reasons, really. Queensland had two hookers. At the end of the day, that probably didn't help them, given the amount of injuries they had in their back line. But it allowed them to change out. So when one hooker got quiet or tired, swap him out, replace him. All right. The best player in the comp from last year, and he's been pretty handy this year as well, started on the bench for New South Wales and got 14 minutes out of position. And New South Wales lost. That probably sums it up, really. The last topic of conversation is we have a client who is recently retired and who's decided to now go and travel. He's off to the Birdsville Big Red Bash. And no, that is not some form of 2020 bastardisation. Do yourself a favour, go to Australian Story and have a look at the story behind the Big Red Bash. It is, hats off to him. It's just something that has just grown and grown and grown. And, I have no doubt that, it will just get bigger and bigger. For those that don't know where Birdsville is, grab a map, throw it near the centre and you're somewhere there. Will I ever go? It depends. It depends if they build a hotel there or not. Last, but definitely not least, if you don't know, we now have a dog. Her name is Sylvie. She's an English Staffordshire Terrier, and she is our whatever sort of dog you need her to be in here. If you need her to be a empathy dog, she's an empathy dog. If you need her to be a sympathy dog, she's a sympathy dog. If you need her to draw some blood, she'll draw some blood. But, it's after not having a dog for, probably on 6 or 8 months, it's just amazing what sort of difference they make in people's moods. All right. It's just a really wonderful thing. Anyway, that's the conversations that we've had here at SOS. Go and enjoy your weekend. Peace out. Be good.